Hello, guys. Back with another one of these kind of findings, learnings, and rambling kind of video. And today's topic is going to be focus. Because this week has been a pretty hectic week. I've had some car issues, had to be back and forth with all that kind of stuff. My brother was supposed to travel this week, but couldn't get tickets. It's supposed to leave today, actually. So, a lot of moving pieces in life made me think that it would be hard to focus in these situations. But then I realized that focus is something that I find is one of my strong suits, especially in high stakes moments, especially in life and pursuing a grand goal. And so I just wanted to share some of the things that I was thinking about focus in this video. And I find it incredibly difficult to continuously focus on something. And that's why I think it's such a good skill, because its difficulty proves it very useful. Because if you're able to focus, you're able to do almost anything. And it sets a lot of people apart from one another. And recently, there's been a couple things that have tested my focus, and I've been able to stay resilient and continue to persevere. But to firstly define and to give my personal definition of focus, focus is the active redirection of your own energy towards a specific task or objective. And focus is what takes the energy that you already have and allows it to make an impact on your life and in others and in the world in general. And you can picture a flashlight and a laser, which basically are both beams of light, but the flashlight shines up in a whole room, while you can use a laser. If you focus it enough, you can use lasers to even do incredible things like cut diamonds, and they're able to use that intense focus to have incredible effects. And so focus is obviously important when you need to get something done, but more so it's important when you have a bigger thing, because of course when you need to get one thing done, you can focus on that one thing, you can complete that task. But there's a lot of tasks, a lot of meanings, a lot of purposes in life that may take more than one day, or may take more than a week, or more than a month, or years, or might even take your whole life. And so that kind of makes you step back and look at focus as a whole concept, and allows you to realize that focus includes all the actions that you do on a daily basis in order to push yourself to the next step or complete whatever your purpose is. And this makes focus a lot more difficult, and it changes the context of it, because it makes you concentrate on everything you're doing and concentrate to every detail of every action that you take on a daily basis. And it makes you have to ask yourself the questions: how does it affect the bigger picture? How does it push you towards success? Is it detrimental to success? And people with high aspirations often are able to focus on the bigger picture of their life. They're often able to focus on what they are doing and how it affects what they're doing. And so the first key to being able to find focus on a greater level is to find out what your main thing is. And what the main thing is, basically what you're focusing on, what your purpose is, what your goals are those two things kind of comprise focus. And so identifying that main key thing is great and helpful in building that focus. Next thing you want to do is ask yourself, why are you doing that thing? Give yourself a reason to be pursuing that individual goal or fulfilling that individual purpose. Give yourself a reason, so that whenever you don't want to get up or don't want to do the work that you have to do, you can go back to your why. For some people it's family, for some people it's success, for some people it's to give their children a life that they never had and to just bring wealth and success to their family. Always think about those kinds of things, like, why are you doing this? Why are you here? And why is this important to you? Because if you don't know why something's important to you, it's going to be very hard to succeed in that thing. And then to further specify it, you're going to focus on that main thing, the thing that you desire most out of your actions, and align your actions to that thing. Align everything you do in your working hours to that thing. And think and ask yourself the question whenever you do something: does this set you back? If it does, cut it out. And is it something that you enjoy outside of your focus that can potentially become a distraction? If so, make designated time for it. The biggest thing that hinders people's focus is including their hobbies and their small little treats and things like that into their daily routine, and that prevents them from being able to completely focus. The next thing, or sort two things, is going to be to learn what you need to do to make that goal happen, to make progress. Learn what you need to do to make that progress. And this is a little bit of a harder thing, especially if you're just starting on whatever journey you may be taking, whether it be for success or fame or riches or whatever you're trying to do may be a little bit hard for you, especially for more abstract goals. But the most important thing that you're going to want to do is to learn what you need to do to make that success. So what I would recommend is have a journal, have a piece of paper, something you can write down and really solidify and make those things concrete. Write it down. For example, you want to become a bodybuilder, right? The things you need to do. You need to lift, you need to eat well, and you need to sleep well so you can recover and lift better the next day. And so one method that I like to employ when I'm trying to find out what I need to do to improve in soccer or in life is to create something I like to call a controlled goal. And that isn't necessarily a goal that means you can have controlled results or something like that, but it's a goal where it's something that you can control whether you do it or not, whether you achieve that goal or not. And it depends on you showing up every single day. For example, it's a kind of goal that depends on you showing up every single day. For example, if your goal is to run a marathon or to increase your stamina, you're going to say, I'm going to run a mile every single day. I'm going to run 2 miles every single day. Instead of saying, I'm going to run a marathon, because it's easier to show up every single day, and you can control whether you run that mile or not, whether you put your shoes on, get out of bed, and go run a mile. You can control that every single day. And that is why controlled goals are a good building block on finding long-term success. And the next step is kind of joint in with that next one, is because the next step is going to be to just do the thing, to find out what you need to do, find out what that controlled goal is, and just do it. Do it almost every day to the point where you are improving consistently and you're able to hone that skill or that part of your life to the point where you can find success in the bigger picture. And the fourth one, which I also find important and quite important, is to acknowledge your distractions and create time for them and make them your friend. Because if you're trying to run a marathon, but you're constantly on your phone, or you're always thinking about what's happening in that episode of your TV show that you watch on Friday or something like that, it's going to become a distraction. But to make these distractions your friend, you can say, I'm going to watch my TV show. I'm going to spend my time watching this show every single Friday, and I'm not going to worry about it if it's not Friday. If it's not time for me to watch the show, I'm not going to worry about that show. So that eliminates the impulse to be distracted during the time where you need to be working on something important. It allows you to focus on what you're doing now so that you have time to enjoy that thing later. A lot of people get caught up in working and living check to check and things like that. A lot of those kinds of people, they always have to do that kind of thing because they weren't able to complete the work that they had to do during the week. Now they have stretched into the weekend. And now they're like, dang, I wish I had more free time over the weekend. But it's possibly because they didn't spend their time focused during the week. And so if they spend the time focused during the week and said, I'm only going to do this work, only going to do these assignments that I have to do, I'll be able to go out on the weekend. I'll be able to watch my TV show on the weekend. I'll be able to do things that I enjoy doing outside of work on the weekend. So those are just a couple of things that I've been learning about myself and about the focus that I employ on a day-to-day basis that have made it a little bit easier for me to focus on difficult things, for me to stay focused over long periods of time and stay focused on my goals. Thank you for watching, guys. Climb your mountain. Have a great day.